Do Facebook ads suck? Or is it just you? That's what we're going to talk about today in this video. I'm going to be grading some ads in the Facebook ad library, so you'll definitely want to stick around for this. Hey, it's Chase here with Top Dog Digital. We've helped hundreds of home service businesses produce millions in revenue using the exact tips that I'm going to be sharing with you today. But before we get started, check out the drip. I'll even drop a link to the Bonfire store so you can pick up some for yourself. Without further ado, let's get to it. All right, so here we go. We're going to look at some Facebook ads and we're going to do it live. So the cool thing about Facebook is they allow you to see all of the different ads that your competitors are running. And all you have to do is just go to the Facebook ad library, which you can just do a Google search and it'll pop up. And what you'll do right here is you'll go to this select ad category, all ads. And now you can actually just search by keywords. So you could type in contractors, you can do junk removal, you can do, really any industry, medical to fast food to really anything that you can think of. So what we're just gonna do is we're gonna do some home services type stuff. So contractor is a good category to look at. And one of the things that you'll notice is here where it says started running the ads. So it'll have the newest dates up top. So these people started running the ads right there. So we can actually change the date. So let's look at some. We'll just leave it. So we'll do contractors. Hey everyone, let's get this going. So the cool thing about Facebook is they let you see your competitors' ads, and all you have to do is just go to the Facebook ad library. And you can find it by doing a quick Google search. Just put in Facebook ad library, Meta ad library. And when you'll get here, you'll just select all ads. And we're going to look at different industries. And really, you can search any kind of keyword that you want, but we're going to look at home services. So let's start with contractors. Grab this here. And let's go through this. It's going to have the newly published ads first, and you'll see that ads started running on March 31st, 2025. But let's take a look at some of these things. Let's just kind of scroll through. We'll just pick some. All right, so one of the things that you're going to want to do anytime that you're running a Facebook ad is here are the elements that matter the most. You'll want to touch on the audience, the pain point, the solution to the pain point, which is going to be your offer, and it has to be irresistible, and then your call to action so that you actually call people to work directly with you to solve whatever problem it is that they have. Another important aspect of Facebook ads is the creative. So you have to have a good hook first, and then you go into the ad copy itself, which is those 4 elements that I mentioned before. So the hook has to be something that is a pattern disruptor. Basically, when people are doom scrolling and just going through their day, it has to be something that is eye-catching enough to make them stop for just a few seconds. And if it's something that they are interested in, what they're gonna do is then look at the ad copy and then go from there. So whenever we're scrolling through here, we can look at a couple different things. So like this Charles Vincent Caparina, okay? They started running the ads today, and I can already tell you right off the bat that this is not going to be a successful ad. Let's see what they're trying to do. It says new 22 SEER mini splits, green AC condensers. It has the picture here. That's $2,000 each if you buy all 8 at once. See, this already has way too much information right off the bat, and I don't even know necessarily the audience that they're targeting. The best thing would be to call out the audience, the location, because I'm assuming unless they're willing to ship and pay freight, they're probably looking to sell somebody within a close proximity. Maybe not, I could be wrong. But in this case, I don't know what problem they're trying to solve. They have all of this block text here, and it says this transaction best fits a Facebook marketplace. See, this whole thing is very convoluted, and it's hard to kind of tell what it is they're trying to do, other than just trying to take payment and to sell this thing right here. But there's no real like structure to this, and so it's really difficult to look at. There's also only the one photo. It'd be helpful if they did a carousel to where then people could actually scroll through and look at the quality of these AC units, since that's what they're trying to sell. Maybe even having a video of the person explaining what these are and why you need them, all those different things. That would be more beneficial. So let's look at a couple other ones here. Just scrolling through, I'll find something that's okay, let's look at this one. So it says, see your dream kitchen and bathroom before it's built. Avoid costly mistakes. Visualize your remodel with 3D designs and mood boards. Okay, so it's a video. So whenever an ad is in a video form, it's an autoplay.
Homeowners looking for home remodels, kitchen and bathroom remodels. Listen in.
We understand that finding a good contractor that's a one-stop shop is hard.
Also, the heartache of not knowing that everything will go to plan sucks, doesn't it? At GHI Design and Builds in Danville, California, we understand the troubles for searching for the right people to do the right job. That's why we offer a free consultation, sitting down, talking about your budget and project planning, making sure that we're able to
pause this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, they could probably clean up this headline right here, because I see the video, but then I go here and I'm like, it's not necessarily speaking to me. And I know I'm not their target audience, but I'm speaking from the perspective of the person that they are attempting to target. So this needs to be cleaned up here. This needs to be a little bit more eye-catching. So the use of emojis, that's fine. Click below, but there's no like real offer given here. And this is why you do split testing. So you have multiple ads running at the same time. You may use the same creative over and over and over, but you switch up the copy to kind of get a feel for what may or may not work in getting people to actually book a call or to buy the service or product or whatever. And so here you can see the call to action at the bottom is learn more.
To work with your 4 hours to set up a free consultation at your earliest convenience. Okay,
so
homeowners looking for home remodel, set up a free dream home. Click the link down below. We'll contact you in 24 hours to set up a free
in place. They explain everything to where when they're going through the qualifying process, that when you click that link, they're explaining that. So they're educating you up front. But what I would do if I was them is I would have multiple variations of this same ad, but also have different ad copy to kind of test out and see what people respond to. So that would be my critique there. Overall, the creative is eye-catching. It looks very high quality. It's very well made, which makes me think that the service is high quality as well. And so that's something you need to think about with your own stuff, is make sure that your creative is top notch. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look cheaply made. You want to make sure that it's high quality, especially video. Video is key for most industries. Scroll down. So if you notice, this company here, Tree Care Solutions, they have multiple ads running, which means that they are testing out different ad copies or different location placements and things like that. Looks like the same creative. So let's take a look at this. It says Maryland homeowners. Okay, so they're calling out the audience here. Save up to 40% on tree removal with the new tree removal and reverse auction. Okay, so even how this is structured, they need to move this around. This text can be, if it's too blocked out like that, it's hard to follow. So first thing you need to have is the calling out your audience, and then space that out. Maybe have an emoji. Don't overdo the emojis. You don't want to overdo that part. So after that, you want to call it the pain point. And then, that could be, we know that tree removal is super expensive, but here's our offer. 40% off on tree removal with the new blah, blah, blah. So you could structure it like that. And then you have the call to action here. But instead, it looks like they had some reviews. That's an interesting tactic. I haven't really seen a whole lot of that. I don't necessarily recommend that because how do I know that these are real? You know, that's not going to move the needle for me. So I would rather keep it structured to what I was saying with call the audience, touch on the pain point, offer the solution, and then have the call to action after that. So learn more is their call to action button, and it looks like save up to 40% on tree removal. That's a good text right there. Maybe they could even have, you know, a little bit more information there, but that's not too bad. Overall,
most people are too lazy to do this, but it saves homeowners a fortune. I've been a contractor for almost 10 years, and it shocks me how many people pay $2,500 for tree removal when there's the reverse auction, and it's completely free. See these 2 trees? The homeowner on the left paid $3,200. My guy on the right, just $1,700. I used to just Google tree removal near me for my projects, but every quote was auction for my per zip code, because they have a limited number of advisors. Your neighbors are probably seeing this message too, so I'd act fast. It takes less than 2 minutes per zip code.
Is having more of that. So it starts off with him.
Most people are too lazy to do this, but it saves homeowners a fortune.
Local businesses. People want to see the business owner or the contractor or the person doing the service on the video because that builds trust. If you're having somebody come onto your property or into your home, you want to know what they look like, you know what they sound like, how they conduct themselves, how professional they are. Do they educate you enough on the process and the service itself? And then that's what's going to be one of the biggest builders of trust in your ad. So definitely consider that. Yeah, you see they got all these different variations here. See Florida homeowners, Georgia homeowners. So it looks like they're Illinois. Yeah, they're working in all different areas. All right, so let's look at this one. This one is not very good. If you are interested in a walk-in shower but can't find the right contractor for the, so this is, let's look at this. All right, sent you to a landing page. Okay. So this image right here, so it's doing a cost comparison. So it seems like if you spend the time to actually read this copy, it seems like an interesting service. Helps you find a local contractor. I mean, there's a bunch of services like that out there. So you have Nextdoor, you have Angie's, you have Home Advisor, all those different things. So it's a similar looking service, is what it seems like. Thumbtack. Okay. So again, this is not very compelling copy, and the image is not compelling either. They would have been better suited with a video here. Somebody actually talking through why their service is important and how it can save you the headache of finding a contractor that you trust, because that's another pain point a lot of people have, is finding someone that they know will come and do the job, do it right, and, you know, deliver on the promises that they have. There are people who are contractors that tend to flub and to take shortcuts and to have poor craftsmanship. And so being able to sort that out on a website like this is powerful, but you need a reason to click and read this. And I don't really see much of one here. Yeah, the cost of a 1-day walk-in shower upgrade might surprise you. But that photo is just not, it's not eye-catching. I'm going to scroll right past that, even if I'm in the market for something like that. I need something to actually catch my attention. So my local home improvement service. All right, so we got get a free quote from us today. Let's see, expert drywall and painting services in Jacksonville, Florida. I'll probably have audience first, because if you don't do that, you may capture people who are not in your area. We specialize. Okay. 5% off for seniors and military. We're not hiring. Yeah, that's a problem. A lot of times you'll get messages from people who are asking if you're hiring. And it can be frustrating, but it's just a part of the game. I respect the hustle, but yeah, that's not the right place to ask if somebody's hiring. Yeah, so the structure is almost there. They're not touching on a pain point. They're not touching on the pain point. So they need to touch on, you know, Yeah, on something, on some sort of pain point related to these services that they are providing, unless they're just doing strictly just an awareness of their business. But even still, it's just too generic looking to me. It's not interesting to look at, and it doesn't hit the points of the audience. They have that, but it's not the right spot. So they might get people clicking and or scrolling past it, or people outside their service area because they're in Jacksonville, Florida. So they need to structure it in a way, because here's the offer: 5% off for seniors and military. You know, that's a good offer because these are expensive services, but they need to emphasize this more, and they need to call out their audience in a better way. So they could definitely work on those things here. All right, let's see. ARC water damage. Let's see.
Hi everyone, Nina with ARC
So
here.
first
Just
of
wanted
all,
to let you know
I
that
don't have
right
my
now we have a
volume on,
spring
so I
promotion
can't
going
hear
on
what
where
they're
we are
saying.
giving your client
And that's
5%
why
off
captions
any
are
restoration
extremely
work
important.
between now.
So if I have my volume down and I'm scrolling through, that starts playing, I can't hear a word that she's saying, and I have no idea what they have to offer. And I'm just scrolling right past. So captions on these ads are extremely important. And research is showing that short form videos need to have captions to perform at the highest level. Let's keep going, keep going. We'll do a couple more of these, but I think you're starting to get the picture. Let's see. That same guy from the Tree Care Solutions are running a bunch of ads, aren't they? Trying to find an actual like local business here. Let's search a different industry here. There'll be lots of roofing ads. All right, so let's just pick this one. All right, so it's a video of them doing the work. I mean, that can be interesting to stop and check it out, especially if you know you have roof issues. It may make you stop for a moment to check it out, but again, that's where the copy, look at this. Oh my word. This is just a block of text. Wow. No one is reading that. Sandpager Roofing, if you are watching this video right now, please book a call with us so we can teach you what to do and not do. So first of all, San Pedro, California roof inspections. Okay, I could see San Pedro, California. Call out your audience, people. See, stay dry. Third generation roofing experts with proven results, and then no that misspelled words, bad grammar, that sort of stuff will not do anything other than spend your money on these ads. Who is doing this? When you're addressing someone's pain points, nobody cares about this. They don't want the solution. This is not the solution. Third generation roofing experts with proven results. What results? What are you talking about? Why should I trust you? There are third generation crooks of contractors out there. So this is not compelling at all. And this is just insanely hard to read. That's just way too much. And then it's just got a list of different, don't do that. Do not do that. And if you're doing a video, again, the best thing to do is to be on camera as the owner of the business, calling out the audience, addressing the pain point, offer the solution. You know, it's really that simple. You don't have to do too much. This is doing too much. Nobody's reading that. And this ad has been running for one day, and they are not ever going to get any responses other than spam or just, it's just going to be nonsense. So don't do that. All right, we're going to do one more, and we're going to shoot future videos exactly like this. I'll walk through different ads. I hope this was helpful. But let me do one more. I'll pick one that I think looks good. All right, let's just look at this one. The Roof Rabbit makes coding roofs easier and more profitable. The Roof Rabbit doubles the amount of coatings we can spray if you have a big roof. This is the rig you want on your end of the pump. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to look at a positive one, but again, this is not very helpful. So the Roof Rabbit coating makes coating roofs easier and more profitable. Okay, so I'm assuming they're calling out roofers. They want them to use this service, but it's not entirely obvious from the ad itself. You see it, you see this stuff happening on the roof. It's not, okay, yeah, you see them doing the work. It's not compelling. It's not interesting, and people are just going to scroll right by it. So calling out the audience, but also make the video more of a, like, have a better hook. You have to have good transitions. You need to have a person speaking. Seeing a person's face on a video is like 1,000,000 times more compelling, and you're far more likely to click it and to watch it. So you can have the B-roll, which is like the secondary video content that goes along with what the person's talking about. So you have the people doing the work on the roof. So you can have a guy talking to the camera. It then switches over. You see him doing the work on the roof. But this is not compelling. So I'm going to wrap up with this. If you want your Facebook ads to perform well, you need to have, first of all, like eye-catching content. Okay? This is going to hook the person in because you need to capture attention. And this is what this platform is for. It's capturing attention, and attention is scarce nowadays. People are, being drawn here and there, back and forth. So you only have 2 seconds at most in order to catch someone's attention with your ad. So focus on getting really good creative, but it needs to line up with what you're trying to offer. So you need to be able to call out the right audience, address a pain point, something that is frustrating them, is costing them time or money, and then your offer or your solution to their problem needs to be compelling enough to be able to cause them to ask for more information. So when they're watching this video, either the captions or whatever is explaining everything, the copy needs to be good as well. So it needs to get them to go from the video to the ad itself and look at the copy. And if it's not compelling, if it's not structured in such a way that it actually moves them to click learn more, you're just wasting your money. So if you don't want to waste your money, give us a call. Book in the link in the description. We'll look and do an audit of your ads. You don't even have to hire us. We'd be happy to do a few audits and see, what ways that you can improve. And if it's too much for you, you can just work directly with us. We are experts in this area. We have generated millions of dollars in revenue for other businesses just like yours through Facebook ads. So book in the link in the description today. If you don't want to end up in one of my review videos making fun of your Facebook ads, book a call with us today using the link in the description. When you work with us directly, we'll create some banger Facebook ads that convert and help you grow your business. Now back to the video. If you want to have successful Facebook ads, you need to follow a very specific structure. First of all, having a compelling creative, something that actually hooks your attention in the first 2 seconds, extremely important. After that, you need to follow a very specific structure. Call out your audience, address a pain point, offer the solution, make that offer irresistible, and then call to action. If you do that, you are going to win far more often than you lose with these ads. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, our plan is to review more ads like this in the future. So subscribe, leave a comment if you found this helpful. Don't let me catch you with some crappy ads on Facebook Library. I'm Chase with Top Dog Digital, and we'll see you next time.